This is the Amels 242 Casino Royale, and it is, at 75 metres, the largest yacht at the Fort Lauderdale Boat Show, and it's an interesting one. It's owned by an experienced yacht owner whose boats we filmed before, and that tells me that they've probably done something right with this one. It's actually got some features on it that I've never seen before on a yacht. Let's go and have a look around. I'm Jack Haines, you're watching YachtBuyer. Before we get going, make sure you subscribe to the channel if you like your super yacht tours, hit subscribe and the bell icon, you'll be notified every time we upload a new one. We're going to start right at the top of Casino Royale on the sun deck. Now it's not the largest, but it's got some really lovely features. Most obviously the hot tub behind me, and that's all fringed with lovely sunbathing space and a couple of nice seating areas tucked down as well. So they should be really well protected from those screens that you can see all the way around the perimeter. Walking underneath the nav tower, there's a fridge in there, so you've got nice cold drinks to hand. And we've got some sunbathing space after, as every good sun deck should have. Okay, that's the very top. Let's drop down a deck and go have a look at the bridge deck. The size of the deck spaces and the amenities on board are 75 metre obvious, but there's little things that stand out on a boat of this size is the quality and the gauge of the stainless steel. I mean, just look at this. It's absolutely gorgeous, like a work of art, even though it's a structural thing. You have this staircase down here to the owner's deck. And then we find what is a really lovely both seating area and dining space. And this is probably where guests are going to do the majority of their outdoor dining. And it's lovely because you have the mix of somewhere you can dine, but also you can come and relax out here. And this is a really nice place to be. The breeze is great, you're up high. It's a really nice functional deck this, where you can both relax and dine and be served easily by the crew from this bar. And they've got a barbecue tucked in the corner as well, so you can cook up on the grill too. Let's head inside. Now this is a first for me. This yacht has its very own nightclub here on the bridge deck, and there are some wonderful features as well. I really like this surfboard shaped floating bar, the way you've got all the glasses arranged behind. There's fridge space here as well, of course, so you can keep your drinks cool. But the coolest feature is that you can change all the lighting in here from the tablet. There's lighting in the floor and the ceiling, so you can change these colors to whatever you like. You can put them in disco mode as well, dance along to the music. It's amazing to have this indoor space where you can keep the party going on. But it's a bit of a hybrid space as well, because there is a sofa down there that's even got chargers in it for your devices, so you can charge your phone while you're sitting watching the TV, because the TV is absolutely enormous. And there's a day head up here too, so if you're on deck as well, you can pop in here and use what is really quite a large day head. And then forward of this, it is the bridge deck, so you won't be surprised that we find the bridge. You know, even these passageways are pretty spectacular. This is the top of the lift that links 4 decks. And then look at the detail here. This snakehead finish on the banister, this backlit marble that plunges down to the decks below, and this lighting detail ahead. It's absolutely beautiful. And then moving forward, the first thing you come to in the bridge area is in fact the captain's cabin. And as is so often the case, these are nice spaces. You know, you're high up on the boat. Obviously, you need to be connected to the bridge. That's important. But look at that lovely view from the window just above the desk, a private desk. The rest of the crew sleep further down on the boat. So this is a nice private area for the captain. Of course, double bed back here and a private bathroom behind me as well. Let's head forward and take a look at the bridge itself. On the way in, you find another study area for other crew members to use. And then before you get to where the wheel and the throttles are, you have this lovely big nav station with the huge time-zero screens. If you're doing digital chart work, you've got a lovely big screen to use, and you can lay out your paper charts on here pretty easily as well. Plus, you've still got a nice view forward. This is where your communication devices are as well. And then the front of this becomes the leaning post for the helm. So you can lean here with the wheel and the throttles close by, but don't worry, there are sofas on both sides, so on longer passages the crew can sit and be a bit more comfortable and still have a really good view of this suite of screens, where you've got the usual mix of nav stuff, radar systems, and the cameras are on show. In terms of manoeuvring, well, you've obviously got thrusters, it's got 4 hydraulic stabilizers, but you're not really going to be doing the manoeuvring from here. That will be out on the wing stations, and you've got those on both sides outside. Now, performance. These are connected to a pair of 2,700 horsepower Caterpillar engines, which will put it to a top speed of around 16.5 knots. And at 12.5 knots, she'll cruise for 5,000 nautical miles. So comfortable transatlantic range. And one of the really nice things about the design of this Amels is the owner doesn't just have a cabin, they have their own deck. So let's drop down there and have a look. We're starting right forward on the owner's deck, so we're below the bridge deck here. And what's nice about this space is that you have private outdoor room as well, not just this interior space. There are doors on both sides, you can get out and enjoy that, and it's totally private because you can close it off from the side decks. And you see the dogs are quite well catered for as well. It's got his outdoor toilet there, the bed down here, and then you can really start to see the scale of this space with the enormous bed mounted right in the middle, looking out over the water. So the views are lovely, and despite the size of the bed, still plenty of space for other furniture. I wonder if we have our self-portrait of the dog in question down there. Moving aft, another really spectacular feature in this area are the totally separate his and hers bathrooms. I'll let you decide which one is which, but let's start in the starboard one. You walk in, you can feel the heated marble underneath your feet. There's a dressing room over on that side, a totally separate toilet cubicle over here. Obviously you have your sink, but the best bit is absolutely this shower space. Look at the size of it. Again, the marble is beautiful. Look at all the shower options you have as well, and check out that for a rain shower head. Beautiful view out the window as well. And despite being very similar in footprint, there are some changes over on the other side, most notably the colour of the marble. But I love this, it's so different and bright and interesting. You have the dressing room over on that side. You can see we have a very similar type of shower over here, but the finish is slightly different. And you've got a bureau in this one as well, so you can sit, do your makeup, looking out over the water. And we just got to go in this shower again. I know it's pretty similar, but the pink is lovely. It really elevates this space. It's so cool. And both people have the same wonderful view. What an amazing space. Let's keep heading aft and see what else the owner can enjoy. Moving aft, the owner's private space continues. We've also got staircases linking to the other decks, and the elevator is here too. But on the starboard side, we also have this office. Really beautiful space. It can be fully closed off, so nice and quiet and private. But what I really love is the view from the desk. You've got the big windows here, which are so striking from the outside of this yacht. But the angled desk, you're sitting here doing some work, looking out over the water. It's absolutely beautiful and big enough to have some seating space in here as well. Let's continue aft. Past the elevator, there is a day head on this deck, so guests are up here, they can use that. Goes back a long way as well. That's a really good size. And then of course this is referred to as the owner's deck, but it is a space where they're going to be hosting their guests. So you have a nice big lounging area opposite, a truly gigantic flat screen TV, and then the bar. This is a real fixture. I absolutely love the detail in the top of this bar. Stunning. Bar stools here as well. Got your card table in the corner, but there's also a space for the whole boat to dine up here. This has got real theatre, this area, hasn't it? The round table, this amazing chandelier hanging over the top. I really like these circular dining spaces. You can imagine them being really fun, a bit more informal, and you get these lovely curved doors. So you really do have a great connection to the outside. And of course, if you do want to be outside, it's very easy because you've got a nice link to the owner's aft deck. You'll notice a small detail on these doors that you don't have elsewhere on the yacht. Next to the button that you see everywhere else, there's a little thumbprint scanner, meaning if the owner does want to close this off totally, they can activate that so only they can get into this area. That's pretty cool, isn't it? As is this space. Like upstairs, there's a really good mix here. You've got the dining space, but you've also got the bar, and then you've got a really nice amount of lounging space as well. And again, if you're having a bit of a party back here, there's just deck space that you can use. And this is a lovely feature. The fire pit, imagine if you're out here in colder climes, having this bubbling away, is run by gas. It looks like an absolute nightmare for the crew to keep clean, but the effect would be lovely. This is a really, really cool space. And from here, we can look down to main deck aft. So let's drop down and check that out. Now, what you don't have on this specific model is a beach club. You've just got this fixed platform down here. There it has got a section that lowers down into the water, and then that connects via the transom into the engine room. But who needs a beach club when you've got a swimming pool like this? Just look at the size of it. It's heated, it can be filled with fresh or salt water, and it's got a current machine so you can swim against it as well. Get a bit of exercise or just lounge around, and all this seating space, nice and shady as well. This just feels like a place where guests are going to gravitate during the day. And then the evening, they're probably going to have a look at the main saloon. Let's go in there. Yes, you can cater for your guests upstairs on the owner's deck, but if you want to do something a bit more lavish, then you're going to be doing it down here. Look at this dining table. It's a thing of beauty, isn't it? And also the lighting detail is really striking. mirrored forward as well, and some lovely artwork in here. In fact, even the piano levels up a bit. Look at this. Totally see-through, so you can see the strings through the top of the piano. That's really cool. And then you've got another seating area. It's a really flexible space, this. Drink before dinner, drink after dinner. Got the TV up there as well, so you can stick a movie on. That goes through to pretty major crew space, because the galley's through there, and you drop down the steps and they have the rest of their accommodation. But of course, if people are dining, it needs to be easy for them to get in and out of this space, so they can do that through there. And just look at this music system here on the starboard side. It's absolutely lovely, as are the VIP guest cabins, which are just down there. The further down you come, the more an event these lobbies are. I mean, look at this. We've now got planets being picked out in the marble. The elevator is here as well. And look, our friend the snake from upstairs is still winding his way down towards the lower deck. Let's go and look at those guest cabins. Before we get there, you have this nice foyer area, and then right forward there are actually two VIP cabins, both en suite of course, and there's a study that can also be converted into another cabin if you need it to be. Let's check out the first VIP. Let's start right forward with VIP number 1. There's a walk-in wardrobe when you first come in, and well, your primary guests do very well indeed. It's more than a cabin. You've got your bed obviously, and I really like these sort of starlight pin lights above the bed to give you that sort of night sky effect. But you've also got somewhere to sit and relax. Then you can get away from it, read a book, enjoy the view out of that window. If you're tucked in that corner, what a lovely view you've got. And tell you what's really impressive with these spaces, the bathrooms are just lovely. This one genuinely is a bathroom, because voila, it has that. And again, I love how they line up the windows with all these spaces. So even when you're relaxing in the tub, you've got a wonderful view out over the water. There's a shower as well, if you don't fancy a soak. Toilet down there, and you've got twin sinks as well. This is VIP 1. Let's check out VIP 2. This cabin isn't quite as big, but it's still very nice indeed. Again, I really like the way they've used the windows in your lovely double bed. You've got 2 of them to enjoy here. So of course I've mentioned how good the views are, but it means you get loads of natural light coming in here, which makes it feel even more spacious. There's a bureau down here, and actually one of the interesting things is this has got a slightly smaller bathroom than the one next door. There's no bath in here, but you've got a much bigger walk-in wardrobe, so it's quite nice that they're slightly different, so you can cater to different needs. Don't worry, the bathroom is still very nice, just not quite as big as the one next door. Downstairs there's a couple more cabins and the spa. Let's go and have a look at that. Right, here on the lower deck at the bottom of the Snake's Tail, there are 3 further guest cabins, 2 doubles and a twin, all with their own bathrooms. And you might think, oh, you're on the lower deck, you've been relegated as a guest. You really haven't. They are absolutely beautiful. They've all got loads of storage, walk-in wardrobes, nice private bathrooms, and big picture windows. You may not be as high up, but you've still got a really nice view out. And one of the major benefits about being a guest on this deck is you are directly connected to the spa. And this is an incredible space for a 75 metre. Look at this area here in the middle, the hot tub with the lighting above. It really does feel like a top class wellness centre. You've got a gym in there, a proper gym as well, not just a few dumbbells lying around, machines, plenty of space to move around in there. It's great. Keep going around the roundabout. Now this is actually a drop down platform, and if you think if that's dropped down, you can go for a swim in the sea because you have direct access to the water. Come in here into the jacuzzi, and then you can enjoy the sauna. A big sauna as well. I think that's the thing that's most impressive about these spaces, is the scale of it all, because not only have you got a sauna, but look at this steam room. I was not expecting to see a steam room of this size. This is just incredible. What a space. Space to sit down. You've got a sink in here and a shower once you've got some natural light coming in, and there's a separate shower cubicle as well. Now that rounds off the guest spaces. Let's go and see where the crew hang out. So the galley is here on the main deck, and hey, it's an impressive space. This yacht runs with 2 chefs, and as well as feeding all the guests on board, they've got to be able to feed the crew up to 20 at full capacity, so they need the space to do it, and it's really well stocked as well. You've got the cooking space over here, loads of storage, of course, obviously professional HVAC as well, so it clears when you're cooking really easily. Lots of cooling space up here, but there's way more further down as well. But ultimately, on a yacht of this size, 2 crew members in here, you've got to move around comfortably and safely, and they've got plenty of space to do that. It's an impressive area. Let's check out the rest of the crew spaces. Down a couple of levels from the galley, we come down to where the crew live, the crew mess. It's split over two sides, and actually this is a really good space. We've been on yachts this size where you don't have this much living room for the crew, and the fact it's split as well, some over there, some over here, so they can all find their own space. There's a big TV on that wall, a little work area down here, and on the opposite side, more dining space, screens and controls so they can have some control and oversight from down here. And then of course the galley's upstairs, but they've still got a mini galley down here. A coffee machine, nice big fridge, dishwasher down here as well, so they're not always having to run up to the galley to prepare food. As these types of spaces go, this is really quite impressive. The engine room or engine room area is connected directly to the crew space, and it's a big old space. You've got separation as well. Amels are quite good at this. So you've got water treatment in there and the shore power handlers, and then on this side a totally separate workshop area, so the engineers can line up all their tools, they can work on things here at its own dedicated space that will be closed off the rest of the area. And then moving forward you come to their control room, so this is where they're going to spend a lot of their time, and they've got all the switching of course, but also oversight of the space. They can see into the engine room. They've got all of the data up here, plus a camera feed, so from right down in the bowels of the boat, they can see what's going on elsewhere. And then through that door is the main machinery space. Now the engine room on this yacht is actually split over two levels. We're on the lower level now, right next to the engines, and I think you can probably see the scale of these things with me standing next to them. A pair of Caterpillars, 2,700 horsepower, as I said, direct shaft drive, and actually despite their size, it's a pretty easy space to move around in. You can get around both sides pretty easy, but this it's split as well. Everything is not crushed in the same place. We can get this step here and you're up the tender garage. And it's quite a tender garage. We've got two tenders in here. First on this side, this is the rib. They generally use this for water sports, so if guests want to go out and go water skiing, wakeboarding, they'll use this one. But on this side, via this section where we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 jet skis, this is the limo tender. So this is what will be used to run guests around. You know, it's fully sheltered, so if the weather's not so great, it's protected, very low slung, because they've got to come into these garages. These side panels open up and you can see they're attached at the top here onto these cranes, so then just wind them out and drop them down into the water. And this is probably the first thing you're going to see as a guest when it picks you up from the quayside. These limo tenders set the tone, so they're really cool pieces of kit in their own right. You don't need me to tell you that this is a successful formula. You don't deliver 8 75-metre yachts without it hitting all the right notes. So what does it do so well? Well, it offers a lot in a 75-metre package, and 75-metre yachts should offer a lot. But this has got such a good balance of deck spaces, that really flexible, comfortable interior where you can use the upper deck as an owner's quarters or not. And talking of the owner, well, we've toured a couple of his boats on the channel already. All the Bond theme ones belong to him, hence Casino Royale. So if somebody like that is choosing a yacht like this, you know they've probably done pretty well. Let me know what you think about it in the comments below. Thanks very much for watching that tour of Casino Royale. As I said, we've toured a couple of this owner's other yachts, all Bond themed. I put those for you there. If you'd like to subscribe, you can do that by clicking up there. Thanks again for watching. I'm Jack Haines. This is YachtBuyer.